What's happening, everyone? John Hendricks here for Boot Crew Media, coming at you with another episode of The Drive, presented by Royal Honda. Obviously, not the result that the Saints wanted today, falling to the Panthers today. Um, look, this game just did not get off to a good start, and I think that's been the biggest problem with this team is that not getting off to a good start, a fast start, does wonders for you when you can put drives together and put points up on the board. The penalties were a big issue, right? You saw offensive penalties. The chop block on Mark Ingram was kind of a little bit questionable, if you will. And so, and you can tell the wins here. So sorry about that, guys. But look, they've got to find an identity. They've got to figure things out because you've got the Vikings right around the corner. You're 1-2 now. So with this being said, there's a lot of things that went wrong today. You can't say that it was just one phase of the game. The offense did struggle. They're struggling to pick up the blitz. There were some good moments. Chris Olave, in particular, was a good bright spot today. Injuries, though. Michael Thomas left field early. Jarvis Landry left the field early. He's got an ankle injury that he's dealing with. He did go to the locker room. Then he came back to the medical tent. Got upgraded at first to probable to return, and then got downgraded to questionable, and obviously did not return. Michael Thomas, Dennis Allen said after the game, that it was a toe injury. We'll see, because then they lost Traquan Smith later to a concussion. So 3 receivers are down. You already didn't have Deontay Hardy playing because of a foot injury. That's not good, because now you're going to board a plane to go to London, and you're going to have to face a Vikings team. So now essentially Chris Olave, Marquez Callaway are your only receivers that are healthy right now. That's not ideal. Offensively, look, again, there were some things that were just missing, whether it was decisions from Jameis Winston, whether it was just pass protection. I thought obviously the turnovers were significant. You don't see Alvin Kamara fumble a lot, but he did, and that was a big play to kill some momentum. Then you got Jameis hurry up, just trying to make things happen and catch up. That was the thing, and leads to a scoop 6 on the fumble. Look, right now this is a team that's still got to figure out who they are. And again, what I would tell you is this is week 3, so it's early. They have time to fix this because this is a 17-game season, but they have really got to have some answers really quickly. And with the Vikings on I say on the road, but it's technically a home game. The Vikings in London, they've got to figure this out quick because you can't afford to go to a 1-3 hole. Yes, you do have the Seahawks right after that, but they're obviously a team that seems to be ascending somewhat too. So this could really get out of the hands of New Orleans pretty soon. I know people are talking a lot about Andy Dalton. Why is he not in? With right now, Jameis Winston, vote of confidence from Dennis Allen. Some people were talking about Cam Jordan's comments or anything like that. Look, this is a team that is not getting down on themselves. You don't see a lot of fighting, obviously, or any fighting whatsoever amongst teammates. They know what's in them. They have the talent. They know that they can put this together, but it's a matter of execution. And when you turn the ball over, when you're inefficient on third down, when you can't hit certain things, and then all that stuff happens, you just can't win football games. And then Christian McCaffrey, I think he had 120 yards today from what Cam Jordan was obviously talking about. That was a killer. He got some good plays in. Missed tackles were a problem. Bend don't break mentality on defense. The big one to Chanel was a huge play. P.J. Williams missed the tackle. Tyrann Mathieu missed the tackle. Again, that's something you just can't do. And so, just not a good look. 3 division games. Now you're sitting at 1-2. You thought you could have at least been 2-1, and you talk about that Bucs game last week, and they're kind of a fluke away from being 0-3. But this is a team that's got to figure some things out. Coaching moments were bad today. Some decisions made, some different things. That was another problem. Will Lutz, he's usually automatic. He's missed another field goal, right? And so missed one and had one blocked. And again, these guys take accountability for that, and that's the thing that you got to remember. But still, think about it. If you had those 2 field goals, then maybe the possession or some of the things that happened would go a little bit differently. So, tough look. Saints fall again for the second straight week. They're already going to London for the week for their game against the Vikings. That's going to be interesting. The Vikings are coming in later in town, or coming to town later in the week. So they're going to have some opportunity to kind of get everything right. But now we really focus in on the health of this team because guys like Marcus May didn't play today. We did see Paulson and Debo back a little bit. So this defense is done everything that's been asked of them. They probably need to take it into another level, but this offense has got to find a rhythm, some consistency, and just start small, get some early drives going, early success. That's going to be key in how they attack the Vikings. No easy feat because the Vikings have a great defense, and then obviously Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, all those types of guys. They did get home on some sacks today, which is good to see. We expected that, but not a good look. Saints fall to the Panthers again for a second straight year in Carolina. We'll have to go back to the drawing board and see how things shape up. As always, thanks to Boot Crew Media for handling today's show and Royal Honda for sponsoring it. I'm John Hendricks reporting for Charlotte. Have a good one, guys.